On a seemingly ordinary Wednesday, January 15th, 1919, the bustling north end of Boston was engulfed by a wave of darkness. Not water, not fire, but something far more unexpected. Molasses. A towering steel tank holding 2.3 million gallons of this seemingly innocuous syrup ruptured, unleashing a tidal wave.
A tidal wave!
Of brown devastation that would etch itself into the city's history as the Great Molasses Flood. This video delves into the fateful events, the tragic aftermath, the legal consequences, and the lasting impact of this sticky disaster. This is Unbelievable History. World War I fueled a surge in demand for industrial alcohol, particularly for rum used by the military. This demand attracted the attention of the Purity Distilling Company, which saw molasses as a readily available and lucrative source of alcohol. In 1915, the company, driven by wartime profits, rushed to the construction of a colossal molasses tank in Boston's North End. Corners were cut, shoddy materials were used, and proper safety inspections were neglected in the pursuit of speed and, of course, profit. From the very outset, the tank showed signs of instability. Leaks, groans, and cracks were reported, raising concerns about its structural integrity. However, the company, once again prioritizing profits over safety, merely patched the leaks and ignored the warnings. And in a truly baffling move of ignorance, they decided to just paint the tower brown instead of fixing it in hopes that the leaks would just blend in. Things got so bad that in 1918, an anonymous caller even threatened to sabotage the tank, highlighting the simmering anxiety and public awareness of the potential danger. Again, the warning was dismissed, leaving the community vulnerable. The days leading up to the disaster saw an unexpected rise in temperature. This unseasonably warm weather, unusual for January in Boston, softened the molasses, increasing its pressure within the already compromised tank. On January 13th, a 600,000-gallon shipment further strained the tank's capacity, pushing it to its absolute limit. This final act of maximizing profit, once again, without regard for safety, proved to be the tipping point. On January 15th, at 12:40 p.m., the inevitable finally happened. The weakened tank, unable to withstand the pressure of all the new molasses and the instability caused by the warm weather, finally gave way. With a thunderous crack, the brown tide surged forth, engulfing the north end in a weird, dangerous, sticky nightmare. The wave of molasses, estimated to be up to 15 feet high and traveling at a mind-boggling 35 miles per hour,
a tidal wave,
unleashed havoc upon Boston. Buildings buckled and groaned under its weight, the brick walls crumbling away. Streets transformed into sticky rivers, engulfing horses and wagons, while panicked screams were swallowed by the suffocating air, thick with the sickly sweet aroma of fermented sugar. The human cost was devastating. 21 lives, from children playing in the snow to workers in nearby bakeries, were lost due to the molasses tide. Some were crushed by collapsing buildings, others suffocated in the sticky goo, their bodies trapped in a sugary quicksand. Terrifying. Over 150 were injured, many forever marked by the physical and emotional scars of the disaster. In the aftermath, Boston grappled with shock and a literal sticky mess. Firefighters, coated in molasses themselves, battled the treacherous terrain, rescuing survivors and recovering the dead whenever they could. The investigation quickly pointed towards the shoddy construction and inadequate maintenance of the tank. Public outrage mounted, demanding accountability for the lives lost and the devastation wrought. Legal proceedings against the Purity Distilling Company were contentious. While the company admitted responsibility, disputes arose over the amount of damages and the culpability of individuals. Ultimately, the company was fined only $50,000, a paltry sum compared to the human cost and the widespread destruction. The Great Molasses Flood left an indelible mark on Boston. The physical scars took years to heal, with demolished buildings replaced and streets cleaned of the lingering, hardened molasses. But the emotional and psychological wounds ran much deeper, a constant reminder of the day the city drowned in sugar. The disaster triggered significant changes in safety regulations for industrial storage tanks and engineering practices. Building codes were revised, inspections became more rigorous, and the threat of a molasses tidal wave,
A tidal wave!
became a cautionary tale in engineering textbooks. Today, a plaque in Puopolo Park whispers the story of the flood, a quiet tribute to the lives lost, and a poignant reminder of the day Boston tasted the sickly sweet aftertaste of progress. The Great Molasses Flood may have receded into history, but its sticky legacy continues to serve as a cautionary tale, urging us to build a future where safety and responsibility outweigh the temptations of unchecked ambition. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is a new channel, and I have lots of great, weird, and insane stories from our past planned for our future. Make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next installment of Unbelievable History.